Hi, I'm Benjamin Rolnick, and the other night we celebrated the 9th Conscious Family Dinner in Los Angeles. The Conscious Family Dinners that bring together the best and brightest consciousness leaders from around Los Angeles, and now that have expanded to New York City. We've gotten about 250 people a month, and I said, it's the last one, and people went, why? I don't understand. And some people were mutinous, other people were quiet, and I told a really long, rambly story about why. But I figured I'd recreate that now for everybody who wasn't there and just cut right down to the point. And the point is that when I was about 15 years old, I had a motto that I found and I started to live by. It was Thoreau's quote in Walden, to affect the quality of the day, that is the highest among all arts. And at the time, I was somebody who suffered with depression, I suffered with rage, I suffered with ADD, I suffered with high highs, low lows, totally bipolar, totally out of my mind, a mean kid, an angry kid, all of those things. And I thought to myself, if I could be an artist, that's cool, to affect the quality of the day, wow, that would be an amazing thing. What if I could affect the quality of my day and have every day be sunny and every day be bright and feel myself feeling so alive, so fulfilled, so full of energy, as opposed to having all of these down and gloomy, dark and rainy days, and just I never seemed to be able to figure out the consistency of it all. So I found the quote and I said, that's what I want to do. I want to be an artist that affects the quality of my day. See, I didn't read it the right way at first because it was the quality of my day at first, and I wanted to affect the quality of my day, so I felt good all the time. So I had only sunny days like LA. And then I realized, well, actually, it makes it so much better when I affect the quality of our day. And I bring other people into this endeavor with me so that we all have better, brighter days. So when I'm not smiling and I see you and you're smiling, I feel so much brighter. By giving love to you and you give love back to me, oh, we share more love. More love is expanded in the world. But the quote doesn't go to affect the quality of my day, that is the highest among arts, or to affect the quality of our day, that is the highest among arts. It's to affect the quality of the day for everybody. The day from China, the day in LA, the day in New York, the day in San Francisco, the day for everybody. That is the highest among all arts. And the people that do affect the quality of the day, we all know their names, for better and some for worse. And that was my mission. That's been my mission literally for the last 15 years of my life, because I've wanted to be an artist who affects the quality of the day, and I've thought through all of these different ways in order to do that. And the Conscious Family Dinner, for some of you who do not know this, was intended just to be that. It was intended to market integral fitness. It was intended to market this key insight that I had of how do I affect the quality of the day? Well, I thought to myself, I know how to affect the quality of my day. That I figured out. It took me a while, but I figured it out. And I realized, well, to affect the quality of my day, it requires body, mind, and soul. It requires physical fitness, it requires mental fitness, it requires spiritual fitness, the focus that I give to myself and other things, which creates emotional fitness in the world. And emotional fitness will definitely affect the quality of my day. Because when I'm emotionally fit, my quality of day is something that I can create. And when I'm emotionally unfit, my quality of day is something that's created and happens to me, not by me or through me. Now, then I thought to myself, what is the way that we can go outside the self? Because this is all internal. And then I thought to myself, well, there's the environment, there's our communication, and then there's our business or our strategy in life that lead all to our contribution. And there we have it. I came up with these 8 pillars of integral fitness, and I thought to myself, if everybody lived these 8 pillars, if everybody was physically fit, mentally fit, spiritually fit, emotionally fit, fit in their environment, that means their relationships and also a physical, personal environment, fit in how they communicated, how they expressed themselves, how they were in relationship, verbally and with language, and their strategies, how they created their vehicles to survive in the world and their vehicles for other people to survive in the world, and ultimately their positive contribution. If they were fit with that, they were fit in all of these 8 categories of life, how good would their life be? And I thought to myself, what a secular, awesome way of making personal development, making the good life something that was pragmatic, secular, and effective. So everybody knows what it means to be physically fit, but most people who get physically fit wonder why their lives still suck. And it's because, well, maybe they're missing some of these other pillars. Maybe they're missing mental fitness, or maybe they're missing spiritual fitness, but ultimately they're emotionally unfit. And I thought, here's a key insight. I want to help the world get emotionally fit. I want to help the world get fit in their contribution. I want to help the world get integrally fit to raise the standard of health so that we can all celebrate the good life together and help each other to do that. So that's what we were selling through the Conscious Family Dinner. And our first one, how many do you think that we sold? How many transformation leadership circles do you think people wanted to step into and participate in to become integrally fit, to raise their standard in life, and to help other people do the same thing? I should say negative 120, because we got 120 people in the room, but I lost 120 friends that night because nobody was interested in what we were doing. And so we recreated it again. And Grace, thank you for that. Big shout out to Grace, because I wanted to quit after this. I was like, I want to bring my heart, my soul to people. I want to give them this gift, and nobody wants this gift. What's wrong with me? And then I realized, okay, well, maybe the whole plan, the whole strategy of how to bring integral fitness to the world, of how to help people live enlivened, amplified, powerful lives was just a bit off. And we got to reframe our approach. We got to take a new approach. So I was like, okay, cool. We'll keep doing this. We'll keep doing this. And we failed again and again. And then I realized I had this big breakthrough insight. And I thought to myself, well, you know, earlier in my life, I thought that the secret to life was success. I thought the secret to life was getting results, getting massive results. And then I started looking around at all the successful people that I knew, from major rock stars to Fortune 500 CEOs. And I was like, you know what? That success doesn't seem to be working for them so well, because they might have the absolute height of success, but they were miserable in their lives, or their relationships were suffering, or they were just constantly angry all the time. And I thought to myself, well, I'm, doing all my homework and I'm getting good grades and I'm kind of doing the things that I say I'm going to do, so it can't be success. And then I thought to myself, I know what it is. I got the answer. It's transformational knowledge. That's the secret to life. That's how we're going to get everything that we want. Transformational knowledge. People just need to learn how to be facilitators. They need to learn how to be transformational artists to affect the quality of the day. And once they figure that out, we're going to live in a great world. And then I started training people. I trained myself, and I realized that, well, shit, all these people can have all of this knowledge in their head, and they can know what the right thing to do is, but knowing what the right thing to do and doing it are very different things, aren't they? Because some of us, we know who we need to call. We know who we need to make peace with. You're out there. You might be watching this video for me, some of you. And we don't do it. We don't take action on it. So I thought, there it is. It's action. That's the secret. Action is the secret. If we all take action, we just take action, 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 we'll create anything that we want in our life. Action is the access to everything. And then I started taking action, 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 action. I'd stay up all night and I'd work my butt off, and I'd inspire other people to work their butts off. And what do you think happened? We were all fucking exhausted. Completely and utterly exhausted. And my brain was going melting through my ears, and I was getting irritable, and I was irritable with other people in my life, and it was just a negative, unhealthy pattern. So I thought to myself, well, what is the end point of action? And by the way, for those of you who know what I talk about, action is a secret. Action is the access to everything, but it's just exhausting, except if you have blank. And I thought to myself, that was the missing thing. That's why our conscious family dinners weren't working, is because we needed community. Community was the secret to everything. That's really what we were working towards. Why act if you can't share it with anybody? How boring is that? How boring is it to live at the top of Success Mountain by yourself, to share that beautiful dinner or dessert by yourself, to go to your movies by yourself? That's a pretty lonely life. You might be taking action and creating amazing things, but unless you're sharing and contributing to other people's lives with a community, it's pretty empty. So I thought to myself, that's what it is. That's the secret. That's what we were missing. It wasn't about the content of what we were delivering to people. It was about the community was the content. And then I had another big insight. And this one happened much more recently. And the insight was, well, I mean, it's great to have community. Community is an amazing thing. But community is kind of like an island. And people can either go onto the island, and they can also leave the island. But ultimately, it exists in this island. And in my mind, in my world, and in I liken this to that TV show Cheers, because people would go to Cheers and they would get cheered up at Cheers and everything was great in Cheers, but then they would go out to the rest of their lives, and the rest of their lives weren't like that. So they either had one of two choices. Either they would forget all about the community and they'd be like, oh God, this isn't real, forget all this stuff. or they'd go live in this community. They would go like, all right, I'm leaving that all behind. I've paid all those people. I'm going to upgrade my friend group. I'm going to upgrade myself, and I'm going to join this community. And the problem with that is that it's insular. It's happening in here. It's not happening out there in the world. And amazing connections happen. But I got that there was another higher level. And I got this way before. I drew it out for you. And the higher level beyond community is tensegrity. And people are like, what is tensegrity? Tensegrity. Tensegrity, Buckminster Fuller's term of tensegrity. And for the engineers and architects out there, forgive me for totally butchering this concept, because it is very difficult to understand. When you go on Wikipedia in a minute to go research what tensegrity means, to check to see whether or not I'm just feeding you bullshit, you're going to be so utterly confused. But here's my understanding of tensegrity. My understanding of tensegrity is it's why when your foot hurts, sometimes you get a headache. It's why when you argue with your parents, you can lose your appetite. It's why when you've got an overbearing, stressful job, you lose your will to create passionately and to bring your art forth into the world. So tensegrity is integrity in every domain of your life. So tensegrity is integral fitness. So integral fitness was boom, that was it. That's why I was like, okay, I come back to that big epiphany in my life. It's about being physically fit. It's about being mentally fit, about being spiritually fit. It's about being fit in our contribution, being fit in our environment, and being fit in all of those things at once. That's the secret. That's the part that most people don't get. So then they end up trying to change their environment. They go for community, right? And community doesn't do it because when they're focused totally on community and they're losing track of their physical body, it creates pain. And when they're focused just on their mind, transformational knowledge, but they're not focused on strategy or their execution in the world, then again, it creates pain. So it's not about separating these things out. It's about creating them all at once, bringing them all together. And one of the things that I realized was that recently in my life, this was a big epiphany. If you're familiar with Tony Robbins' 6 Human Needs, one of the most nefarious ways to live is with significance at the top of your scale, to live for significance. And the problem with that is that if you're living for significance, nothing will ever make you satisfied because there's always going to be someone or something better, smarter, brighter, faster. You're always going to need more in order to be at the top. You build the tallest building in the city and then someone comes along and either builds a taller building or smashes down your building in order for theirs to be the tallest. So it's a constant competitive battle where you can never have enough of it. And I thought to myself, I don't live for significance. I live for contribution and growth. I'm giving to people all the time. My life is a life of love and service all the way. And then I realized something huge that I'd never seen. And I realized, wow, why was I growing all of these conscious family dinners? Why was I growing this big national transformation organization? And I thought to myself, well, I was growing it to be significant in order to give myself the opportunity when it was big enough to come out of the closet and say what it was all for. It was about bringing the best tools and teachers for spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional fitness, for creating integral fitness in the world. And it did. People came and they learned from yoga and meditation teachers. They learned from business coaches. They learned from emotional fitness teachers. They learned breathing exercises. They studied tarot. They studied Kabbalah. They studied palm reading. They studied all of these different things while also making community and connections. And it was amazing. It was an integral fitness paradise. But nobody knew what they were doing. It wasn't a clear, direct principle. And I realized what I truly valued. And I realized that what I value is I value creating an integrally fit world, but creating leaders who can be integrally fit. So people were like, oh, we don't want the conscious family dinner to end. We don't want the conscious family dinner to end. And I thought to myself, that's why I created my Star Lab. That's why I created all of my transformational training programs so that people could create experiences like this. Not just come show up, but actually to contribute, to spread transformation across the planet, to spread integral fitness across the planet. So for any of you who's watching this right now, who's thinking to yourself, I want more conscious family dinners. I want this experience to continue. There is an opening now. There is a space. I've stepped back away from it in order to give you a space, in order to exercise and flex your muscles of leadership. That's what my Star Lab is for. My Star Lab is created to partner with you for creating massive action in the world. Massive action because it's not just about the actions you take, but how you're supported by a team of other individuals who are powerfully climbing the mountain of their mission to live life at their peak too. And it doesn't matter whether or not you want to create a conscious family dinner or contribute something massive to the world and bring in hundreds of people and change life for as we know it. Or if you want to be a powerful actress, or you want to be a powerful mother, or you want to be somebody who just knows what your purpose is and how to live it fully and completely, or somebody who can be a helping hand to all your friends, or to get over those past stories that have been haunting you. To me, that's all about integral fitness. It's all about living fully and completely to the height of my potential so that I can awaken that in other people. Because to me, that is the life, that's the vision that I want to live in. And it's funny because at the first Conscious Family Dinner, I was actually trying to sell this. But in this video and at the last one, I'm not selling it. I'm telling you I want you to come, and I made it free so that you could come, because this is the best way that I know how to support you and also to live my mission. Because I want to partner with you for creating your vision in the world. I want to partner with you for living your gift. I want to partner with you for accessing your star power so that you can break into your dreams, you can break out of mediocrity, and you can break through anything that holds you back. Because that's the world I want to live in. I want to live in the world where I can see you affecting the quality of the day, not just your day or our day. And I want to see a world where you can affect the quality of the day for your mother, for your sister, for your friends, for your worst enemy, for future relationships that you create. And to me, the power of that, if we can unite and create an integrally fit planet, is beyond. So there's an opening. There's a gap now in the Conscious Family Dinner. There's a universe here, if anyone can see it in this video. And this universe is calling you. It's calling your leadership. And there are other universes that have the potential to be opened up. Now it's all looking like chicken scratch and chaos. And sometimes that's what it's about. That's what Tensegrities is all about. It's the butterfly effect in your own body and working on all these things at once and uniting and understanding the disparate elements come together in this conciliant moment of boom, jumping all together. So, come to my Star Lab. Do it. Don't hesitate. Don't think about it. Just come. If you're creating something, if you want to live powerfully, if you want a team, I've literally injected my $100,000 worth of transformational training, which has not made me any better than anybody else, but it's made me exposed to a lot of different tools out there that can help people live their life. And this is my opportunity to just give them. Just give. Just give you everything I know, to give you everything I have, to put 150% of myself in creating a better world for all of us. So take me up on it. Call me out on it. Come. Create something for yourself. Create something for other people. Recreate a CFD. Recreate something better than that. Recreate something more effective. Recreate something more loving. And let me support you in the creation of that. I'll see you at the Star Lab soon. I pray that you'll come, and I love you. Much love, many blessings, and thank you so much for being on this journey with me, and big shout outs to everybody who's made any of this possible and all my amazing teams. From Enrico Moses, you've been such a brother to me. You've been literally somebody who's expanded my mind, my consciousness to teach me what it means to be a powerful king. Not just a warrior, not just a magician, but that king energy of bringing things together. Shani Boo Boo, oh my God, I love you. Shani, you've been involved with me since the very beginning on everything of Animal Farm. Long live the farm, baby. And bringing this all together. Wow, this could get really long if I start acknowledging everybody. But I do want to mention your names. So Sean, Grace, oh my God, you've taught me literally how to organize my mind and to keep things in this amazing conciliant fashion, to be more on track and more disciplined and more straightforward. Thank you for that. What a gift, what a blessing. Ariel PECT. Dude, we wouldn't be, the Conscious Family Dinners wouldn't run without Ariel. He's been the man in the background, so if you've had a good time at any Conscious Family Dinner, please thank Ariel. Thank John Ma, thank Jess Winterstern, thank Mia, thank Saad, thank Evan Kleinman, and Evan Handbacher, thank Zach Klein. There's so many of you who have helped create this vision in the world, who brought it to life. Kara, Dasha, Lindsay, Hannes in New York. Guys, thank you. Oh my God, they're amazing. These people just said to themselves, I want to create community in New York. So they took this vehicle, this space, and they created community, and it worked. And you can make it work too. Now I'm just starting to ramble, but I love you all. Thank you so much for listening to this, and The Conscious Family Dinner has been such a gift for me to give, and I'm so excited for you guys to experience taking this gift on yourself and creating something even bigger, something even better for it, to living a vision that influences and affects and impacts the entire world in a positive way. So get integrally fit, step into my Star Lab, let's live a bright life, let's break in, let's break out, let's break through. Much love, many blessings.